Welcome back to the Casey Abode Show. My name's Chrissy Frazier and I serve the amazing people of Johnson County. Today we're talking all about the housing market and where we're going in 2021. So from an economic standpoint, divided government works really well. The Senate is pretty evenly configured, and that means that politicians are going to have to advocate and work together to figure it out. They have to really advocate to put bills together, and that means compromise. So that can benefit all Americans and bring stability, which in turn helps the market. The current state of the industry, from Dr. Lawrence Yun, the National Association of Realtors chief economist, it basically recaps 2020 and what happens. And of course, it was a year of surprise with sound underwriting this time and limited supply. It was not similar to 2007 recession and foreclosures. It actually made the housing market soar and prices soar. So based on a surge of numbers, currently at 20% higher in third and fourth quarters than last year. So basically, because we missed spring buying season, total year is looking more like 3 to 5% higher on an annual basis year over year. And home prices are at 7 to 9% higher than 2019. So we still have inventory challenges simply because there's a lack of homes for sale, and these would actually be higher, but we don't have those homes for sale to sell. So that's really still driving the multiple offers and buyer demand that we're seeing as we enter the winter months. People now look at their homes much differently, as this past year has really given a new perspective to where they live. So with spending so much more time at home, this has caused not only the starter home price point to be in high demand, but it's also bleeds into that next level move up market in that price point of homes to be in higher demand as well. So with people looking to expand, it really creates that pressure, and it's creating strong demand for new home construction as well. So as a buyer looks to any alternative options and they exhaust everything that's available on the market, they're trying to then build to suit their needs. So this has also been compressed with builders in the need of skilled labor to meet those demands. So the 2021 forecast, as we look forward, according to that NAR chief economist, says home sales are going to continue to rise 5 to 10%, as vaccine availability means fast growth combined with still favorable mortgage rates. So additional work from home flexibility is going to continue to reinforce what we've seen with those moving out of downtown condo spaces and out to the suburbs for additional space. So prices will continue to rise 3% to 5% based on the continuation of limited inventory. Not as aggressive as we saw in 2020, but the compression is still far below that normal inventory threshold. So there's really no sight in the near future of home values dropping. We stay home, we school from home, we work from home. So home has really become a special place. The chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, made a statement. We expect to maintain the current 0 to 0.25% target rate for the federal funds rate through 2023. So normally we can only predict out 4 to 5 months of rates, and this is saying for the unforeseen future, rates are going to remain at these levels. So for the next 3 years, we're going to have interest rates around the threes, which means demand is just going to continue to be high. So consequences for everything. There's consequence for the stimulus bills. Eventually, we're going to have to pay the piper. So we'll see that eventually in inflation, but for what's important for the Fed to the real estate market is employment, interest rates, and demand. So in July, they predicted that it'd be 9.6% in December. So 22 million people lost jobs. They've already revised that to 6.9% post-election. So we're already in the midst of a recovery mode. Projection for year end of 2021 is 5.5%. The importance of that number is that 6% unemployment is considered full employment. So the definition of that is anybody who wants a job has a job. And the Fed's prediction of unemployment by year end of 2022 is 4%. So what that means is people are going to be employed, interest rates are going to be low, builders are building, but still current lumber prices have issues, and that's a whole other story. So right now there's pent-up demand to move. So these floodgates should open end of spring, beginning of summer. three things that affect the market right now. Decentralization, so moving out of cities into suburbs. The Washington Post put it, pandemic is making people reconsider city living and trading traffic for chickens. Maybe not, but people want security, they want lower costs, they want bigger homes. So this change is going to keep going the next 2 to 5 years. And then there's the changing face of relocation. So that remote workforce, between 14 to 23 million people plan to relocate because they're working remotely. And 20.6% of those plan to move 2 hours further out. Most people just move close to where they live. So people are, more than double of any prior year are now relocating because they can work remotely. And then also birds of a feather has become an influence. So moving to a red state versus a blue state. And then the last thing is millennials are entering the market, and that's changing. Previously, 52% still lived with one parent, and that's been changing. And not only have they entered the market as 32% of all home purchases last year, they're now starting at that move-up price point versus the starter home. So that's just creating more demand at that move-up price point level that hasn't existed in the past. So at this point, you may be convinced that you may need some guidance and around buying or selling a home, but you may also be thinking that you don't know where to start. Well, I would love to help you. If you're thinking about making a move, you can always just reach out to me via Facebook message, or you can text me or call me at 816-518-4181. No pressure, no sales tactics, just the help and guidance that you need. And finally, if you're a resident of Johnson County, I also want to let you know that I post weekly events, but those are also currently including local holiday shopping places that you can go and holiday light tours. So every Friday, if you want to give me a follow on Facebook at Casey Abode or Insta at Casey_abode, please feel free to post any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. I'll always go back after these and just check the videos and make sure if anybody had a question after the live stream in order to go over those. So I really appreciate you guys joining me today, and I look forward to helping you in the future.